Hey guys, it's Tyler McKinney back here again, and today we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to go into some college football. We're going to do some Week 9 picks. If it's your first time here, hey, I'm glad to have you. If you're a return viewer, thanks for coming back, and hopefully you've been enjoying the content, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. All right, let's not go wait any longer. Let's get into these picks, because I think I've got some good ones for you this week. This week we've got 5 picks. We're going to start out with a noon game. We're going to start out with a game in Columbus where the number 13 Wisconsin Badgers are going to try to come back from that upset loss to Illinois last week. They're going into the Shoe, and they're playing the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes are giving up 14 points to the Badgers, and I am taking the Buckeyes. Unfortunately for Wisconsin, I feel like Wisconsin is going to be continuing down a slide this week, and I think that the Buckeyes are going to win by more than 2 touchdowns. And again, it's going to be the second quarter that's going to make all the difference, like it has this season already, and the Buckeyes are going to pull ahead and be up big after the second quarter, and that's just the way that I see things. That's the way that I look at it, and I look at it as I think they're going to win by more than 2 touchdowns. And unfortunately, I think they're going to give the Badgers their second loss of the season. And I look for the Buckeyes to be rolling in this game. It's a noon game, and it's one that hopefully the crowd's going to be excited there in Columbus, and it should be a fun game. I don't think it's not really going to be a night game, so it's not one that I feel like Wisconsin's going to be really getting up for. And with them not being at home for them and the home crowd bringing in an undefeated highly ranked team, I just see all of the advantages going to Ohio State in this one. I don't really see it being a sleepy noon game. I feel like it's going to be one that the Buckeyes are going to be prepared for. So go ahead, give me the Buckeyes, and I'll give up the 14 points. Let's go ahead. Let's move to the 3:30 slot, where Penn State is going to be rolling into East Lansing. They're going to be playing the Spartans, the Michigan State Spartans, and the Penn State Nittany Lions are giving up 4.5 points here, and I'm taking the Nittany Lions. Listen, I think they're just that much better of a team than Michigan State is this year. Michigan State, I think they're a good team, and I think that they're going to end up in a bowl, but I don't see them, hanging with Penn State at all, and I don't feel like Penn State's going to have any type of a letdown after, a hard-fought victory against Michigan in Happy Valley last week. I feel like Penn State's that much better of a team, and I think that they're definitely going to win by more than 4.5 points in this game. So when I'm looking at it, as I'm looking at this game, I just across the board just think that Penn State's a better team. And even if we do get a little bit of weather in this game, I really don't see it affecting the game that much, and I definitely think that Penn State can win by more than a touchdown. I actually look to them probably to win somewhere around 14 to 17 points, so definitely I'll give those 4.5 points up all day long. All right, let's go ahead. Let's continue on that 3:30 slot, and this is going to be one of our bigger games of the week. We've got number 9 Auburn. They're going to be going into Death Valley. They're going to be playing LSU and Ed Orgeron and Joe Burrow, and I just think that the offense of LSU is just going to be too high-powered for Auburn, and I think Bo Nix is going to be making a lot of mistakes, so I look to see probably at least one defensive touchdown for LSU this week. I don't think that LSU has that dominant defense that they've had in the past, but I do know that their back end is really, really elite. So when I look at this game, look at this 10.5 points, I just think that that's too much. I think that LSU is going to have this thing probably won by the third quarter. So when we get into the third quarter and later in the third quarter, they will have pulled away enough, and I think that they're going to cruise to a victory and easily win by somewhere around 14 to 17 points. They might even blow Auburn out if their defense decides to step up, and if they can get some exceptional play from the defensive line. I think that that's going to be huge. And the fact of the matter is I just don't feel like Auburn's really met a offense like this all season, so I think that they're going to have some struggles with them. I don't look for it to be a really high-score game, but I definitely think that that LSU can win by more than 2 scores, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and going to give up the points to Auburn this week. And that's just the way I'm going to see it. All right, I've got 2 final games for you. They're both going to be 7:30 slot games. And if you've noticed a trend this week, well, we're going to break it. That's right. The first three games I picked, I took the I took the favorite in those games, and I gave up the points. This one I'm turning it around. Boston College at number 4 Clemson. Listen, this is a night game. It's going to be under the lights. Boston College is going to be excited to play. Even though they're going to be playing away, I think that they're going to get up for this game. And listen, this line is at 35 points. That's just ridiculous. And a lot of times, if you've paid attention to this series in the past, Boston College plays Clemson fairly well, to where Clemson being more than 5 touchdown favorites. That's just crazy. I mean, just on principle alone, you've got to take a points. You just have to take the points with this one. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Boston College and the points for none other than you've got a Power 5 team with a winning record going in and playing another Power 5 team from the same exact conference, and they're getting 35 points. I feel like I'm nuts if I don't take these points. So we're definitely going to go Boston College, and we're going to take those 35 points on principle, period. That's it. I mean, if you want to, you can go and you can look at we can break everything down and look at that. But the fact of the matter, at the end of the day, there's just too many points. And that's just it. Now, we're going to move on to our last game, and it's going to be kind of one of the more marquee games of the week. We're going to get 2 true blue bloods banging it out, and I think we might have a slugfest on our hands for this last game. It's a 7:30 game. It's going to be at the Big House. We've got number 8 Notre Dame rolling into town to play the number 19 Michigan Wolverines, and this one is going to be a slobber knocker, folks. That's right. They're going to be trading blows back and forth, and it's just going to be one crazy game. And right now, the line is completely even. And if I had to guess, listen, I'm going to go with history. I'm going to be one that I'm just going to play off of history, and I'm just going to say that Notre Dame's going to win. They both their offenses have been not very good this season. I mean, everybody knows that the Michigan Wolverines offense has not done anything at all this year. They haven't really come alive. They haven't lived up to the expectation that everybody's been wanting to see out of them. And Notre Dame, really, their offense hasn't clicked all year. Now, their defense is pretty stout, and Michigan's defense actually came along all right last week. I just feel like when I look at things, I just feel like Notre Dame is just that much a little bit better, and I think they're going to win the game. So when this game is even and, I'm looking at it, I'm going to go Notre Dame. Now, this game, the line on the over-under line on this game is 50 points. So if I was going to look at this and, I was a betting man, I'd definitely go with the under on this one. I just don't think that they're going to be scoring a lot of points. I think that they're going to both of the offenses are going to be slow, and I think they're going to be both playing fairly decent defenses, so I don't really look at this to be a high-scoring game. However, if you look at the past, the past couple of times these teams have played, it's been kind of a little bit of a high-scoring affair, so it might turn into that. So that's why I'm definitely just going with Notre Dame, because I think that in the end, I think that Notre Dame's just going to pull it out. I just feel like that about Notre Dame. So those are my picks. The question is, what do you think? Do you like my picks? Do you not like my picks? Do you think that I am just absolutely crazy and nuts? Or do you think that I'm right on? I'd love to hear down in the comments, and I'd love to hear what other picks that you have, what teams you're going with, what teams you're excited to watch on Saturday. All right, guys. Well, I know that you're busy and know that I'm busy, so let's get on out of here. You have a good night. Bye.